hasn't seen my Instagram story yet. And it's a selfie of me looking fucking fire. And it has an hour left. Is he gonna see it or not? An hour left and I need a Xanax.
That joke on the internet that's always like, you'll see the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life, and then she's just dating some guy. Because women don't date men, women, whoever, because of what they look like. We date people because of like how our souls match up and
Guys, hold in the laughter, okay? We're almost at the end.
Who they are as a person, what they bring to the table. Because then there's also that joke about like when your friends want to see a picture of the guy that you're dating, and you're like, you have to be like, oh, he looks better in person, or be like, no, he doesn't take any good picture, because your partner might know that you're not conventionally attractive, but they don't care. They want to date you anyway because of who you are. Like if you saw a beautiful model-esque woman dating a fat man, what would people say about, oh, he must have a lot of money, or like, oh, he must have a great personality or a big dick? But what would people say if they saw a beautiful model-esque man dating a fat woman? No, like, I'm genuinely asking because I feel like there are no examples because it doesn't exist. Per this last video, I have been with so many beautiful, attractive men, but they don't date me because I don't fit into the societal standards of what their friends and family and people that see them with a partner expect. That's the long answer, but the short answer is no.
Guys, do not let women try and sell you this idea, alright, that looks don't matter. Women will try and tell you that, hey, it doesn't matter how tall you are, it doesn't matter how successful you are, it doesn't matter how you look. What women are really looking for is a man's soul and how good of a guy he is. That could not be further from the truth, alright? These same women who will be out here trying to tell you that they only date men who are good guys, if you look at their dating history, it's nothing but men who treat them like crap, who are attractive. I mean, in that exact video that we just watched right there, she says that women are interested in how your souls match up, right? But then she goes on to say that she's been seeing a bunch of men who are, in her words, beautiful and attractive, but they won't date her. In other words, excuse me, she's going out here, she's having bedroom fun with these men who are not committing to her, and yet she's trying to say that she's interested in men who their souls match up. I mean, guys, women will try and tell you one thing and then do the complete opposite. Okay, women will say, oh yeah, I like a man who gives me free attention and he takes me out on dates and all this kind of stuff. And then you look at the men who they're dating, they're not dating men who are taking them out on dates. The men who they're dating and seeing casually, they don't care about the girl because they know that they can just replace the girl at any given point in time. Right? If the girl doesn't want to come over for some 2 a.m. bedroom fun, she knows that he's not going to continue seeing her. Right? But she expects the average guy to come along and pay for her dates and do all these wonderful things for her and invest all of this effort to show that he's a great guy with a good soul. And you know what happens to men who do this, guys? Right? Men who do this, who go out of their way to do all these fantastic things for women, they get walked all over. The women don't respect them. The women don't care about them. They're not attracted to them, and they'll treat those men like utter garbage. I mean, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, right? The guys who have been dating for quite some time, maybe you're an older gentleman. I mean, tell me if that's not how it works, right? These women are out here, and what they'll do is they'll try and get you to do one thing, but if you sit down and you do that, and you want to show them how much you care, and you want to show them, oh, yeah, like, I care about you so much, and this is how I feel about you, and I'm going to work hard and do all these things for you. I mean, these women know that they're not deserving of it, right? They know that they're not deserving of all the effort, all the attention, all the care. And they'll find a way to sabotage it. I mean, believe me, we've seen plenty of relationships on this show, guys, that I'll show you guys and walk you gentlemen through, where women know that they're not deserving of all this extra effort and all this care and stuff like that. I mean, what have they done to deserve it? I see so many dudes in relationships where the women they don't deserve any of the effort that the guy's putting in. He's paying all the bills. He's trying to cook all the meals, right? He's working a 9 to 5, busting his back to provide, and the girl's just sitting there at home treating him like crap because of the fact that he's running around doing all of this stuff for her. Right? Like, how the fact that girls, it's so interesting to watch, right? Because at the same time, they believe that they're entitled to everything, but when men give it to them, they know that they're not deserving of it. I would describe it as insecure narcissism, guys. It's like these women think that they're entitled to absolutely everything, but they're very insecure. I mean, you guys think back to the TikToks that we played at the start of the video, guys. Women will say, oh, yeah, we don't wear all this makeup, right? For your attention, we do it for ourselves. But you know what happens when you withdraw attention from women, guys? They lose their damn minds. But what is going on, gentlemen? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be going through a couple of Reddit stories that you gentlemen have sent into the show, and we're going to discuss them together. So as we go through, guys, make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments as we continue. And gentlemen, if you are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you check out the locals link in the description, and I've broken my screen. So guys, we're going to continue into today's first Reddit story here. And thank you for submitting this one in. It is titled, My Friend Who is 18 Years Old, a girl, and I, who am a 20-year-old male, she introduced me to a girl who is 19 and then screwed everything up, using a throwaway because you never know. So a close friend of mine, let's call her S, introduced me to this girl, L, because she thought we would make a great couple, and also because I did the same every time she liked a friend of mine. Last Saturday, me and my friends, including S, went to L's town to hang out with her since every one of my friends loves her to death. She has a great personality, she's funny as hell, and so on. It went crazy good, or at least that's what I thought. We held our hands the whole night. She kept biting my shoulders for some reason. I took it as a good sign. And there's been a couple of times when we've been close enough to kiss, didn't make the move though because, hey, I'm insecure. All good until S comes to us like an effing juggernaut, takes L away and tells me she doesn't give a crap about you, you haven't got a chance, with the angriest voice. She then grabbed L's hand and she told her, follow me, there's this hot guy I want to introduce you to, he's a friend of mine. Gentlemen, if you've been watching this show for quite some time, you already know what this is, okay? Women hate it whenever attention goes away from them. Right, they'll sabotage it. They'll say that, oh no, that's not the case at all. She just wasn't interested. But the reason why this woman dragged away the other girl is because she didn't want the attention off of her. Right? If things actually, it's funny, right? Because in this situation, she's recommended, right? She said to this guy, hey, look, you two would be a great couple. But as soon as she realizes that this guy actually might be interested in her and the attention will go away from her, they lose their damn minds, guys. I mean, this will happen for dudes who are in relationships, right? Or have gone through situations like this. You'll notice that if you're in a relationship, right, and things went sideways and you're going to leave, oftentimes girls will come around real quick. Right, as soon as you're prepared to leave them and say, hey, no, thank you, I don't want to deal with this anymore, girls' tunes will often change very quickly. They'll say, oh, can't we make this work? Or I want to work things out now. No, they'll start to put in the effort now because you've demonstrated a backbone and that you're not going to put up with that crap. Right? Women will sit there, they'll encourage men to have no backbone and put up with all of her BS and her BS standards and all this kind of crap. She'll sit there and she'll encourage men to have no backbone, but women don't like men with no backbone, guys. I mean, women know the amount of BS that they play. You guys tell me if I'm lying, okay? Women will start arguments with men just to see if the man will respond and argue back. Guys, like, this is why when dudes get in arguments, like a lot of the arguments we get into, guys, they make no sense, right? From the guy's perspective, it's like, why are we even arguing about this, right? It's a complete non-issue. Why are we even arguing about something so minor? I'm telling you, man, women will bring up stuff and start arguments out of absolutely nothing. I mean, you guys tell me if I'm lying in the comments, right? Tell me if you think I'm saying some BS here, okay? Women will start issues over literally nothing. And you're sitting there as a guy scratching your head like, where did this go wrong? You know, where did this come from? It makes no sense. And the reason why you're thinking it makes no sense is because it actually makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Guys will get gaslit into oblivion where women will say, oh, you don't do enough of this for me, you don't do enough of that, or why can't we eat here instead, right? And they'll start these big drawn out arguments that last for hours or go on for days, and she'll withdraw bedroom fun. And you're thinking to yourself, I mean, what the hell even was that? Right? It was nothing, guys. She made the whole thing up. It wouldn't be an issue for anyone who actually had some level of sanity. Right? This is why when we're in relationships, a lot of dudes get really confused because none of it makes sense. Right? Women will start these issues, and this is all compounded by the fact that she'll sit there the entire time, right? It'll have this undertone of, oh, I want him to be a fantastic guy. I want him to care about me. And what makes a good man is that he does all these things for me. Gentlemen, let me tell you something, okay? Women do not get to define what makes a man a good person. Okay, and going beyond that for a second here as well. When women say that they want a good man and they continue to date bad boys and treat them like crap, yeah, it amazes me that people will continue to listen to these women. Like, guys, I want you to notice how, going back to the TikTok that we played at the beginning of the video, right? That woman sat there and she tried to tell us that, oh yeah, women only care about men who have good souls and who are caring people. And then she explains her history of not being able to get commitment from the bad boys and the guys who look good. Like, she just contradicted herself in the exact same video, guys. I'm telling you, you watch what women do and what they say, and it's two entirely separate things. But let's continue back into the Reddit story and see what happened. So let's continue. That's the last time that I saw L. Now, me and this guy are good friends, and he'd just seen me with L, so luckily I knew he didn't even look at her. Yesterday, I finally had the chance to confront S. I asked her what was the matter with me and L, and she told me that, well, since she doesn't give an F about you, and the other guy is way hotter, I figured I might as well introduce them. Now, I'm not that good with girls, but I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have acted like that if she wasn't interested at all. So what do you guys think I should do? I'm thinking about sending a big FU letter to S and to stop whatever friendship I have with her. Gentlemen, I want you to leave your thoughts and your comments as we go through. But here's my thoughts on this. Guys, never ever send that big FU letter. Right, that letter that you want to send, and you want to tell her how you feel and how, you know, how this affected you, and try and make her understand. Guys, you'll never make girls understand. Right, they'll say, oh yeah, like it's all about feelings, and I want a guy to show me where he stands and all this crap. But you sit there and you want to get emotional and tell her how she affected you. Guys, it really is kind of like a child in these situations. Right, where they do it for the reaction. You might think that, oh yeah, I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I'm going to tell her how I feel about this situation, and, you know, and that's going to be that, and I'm going to feel better afterwards. Whenever you invest and you show how much this actually gets to you, it shows them that they've won, guys. That's all that it does. Oh, I managed to get him emotional, therefore I won the argument. I won the discussion. Okay, it's not as if they're going to turn around and go, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel like that or anything like that. No, guys. You know what I'm saying? Don't look for closure in these people. Don't try and convince them of your pain and try and show them that you care, and because what you're doing is you're essentially just feeding them. I mean, they don't care about how you feel. They have no interest in how you feel at all. This is why when dudes get in big, long relationships, guys, like, it blows my mind, because relationships, I mean, arguments are such a waste of your time, guys. Like, what are you going to do? Sit there and convince her that she should have acted differently and her actions were wrong? It's like, no, guys. Take the disrespect that she gave you and just walk away from the situation. You don't need to do any explaining. You don't need to show her how much she affected you. You know what the most painful thing for girls is, guys? It's not insulting words. It's not harsh words or giving her a piece of your mind. No, it's none of that. The most painful thing for a woman, guys, is when you just walk away and you stop giving her attention. That's all it is. No big long letters, you know, no writing out how you feel, no sending paragraphs over text. Whenever guys like tell me that, oh yeah, like I gave her a piece of my mind, or I sent a big long message, it's kind of like all you're doing is you're shooting yourself in the foot. Right? There's no, even if she did care, guys, it's like, why would you even try and explain anything? You know what I mean? It's like, the action has been done. We're not here to work things out. It always amazes me, right? When dudes are in relationships and their girlfriend will cheat on them or something like that, and the dude will try and sit down and have a discussion with her or work things out or ask her a bunch of questions. Guys, she's already given you all the information you need. Right? Have the self-respect to walk away and say, yeah, no thank you, I'm not going to be dealing with this. But let's continue momentarily on with the story here and see if there was anything else to add. So I think that was the end of it. So I'm not that good with girls, but I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have acted like this if she wasn't interested at all. So what do you guys think I should do? I'm thinking about sending a big FU letter to S and to stop whatever friendship I have with her. That's a good solution at the end. Not the sending the letter, guys, but to cancel the friendship is a good idea. Okay, that's not what friends do, all right? And I want you guys to really pay attention how, if you're a dude and maybe you've been in the friend zone before or something like that, they'll put you in the friend zone, right? But as soon as they realize that they're starting to lose you, then they start to lose their minds. You see what I'm saying? Then they start to put in more effort, and then they want to show you, oh, I'm willing to put in this little relationship too. Because what women will try and do is they'll try and give you the bare minimum to ensure that they can continue to get attention and validation. I mean, guys, if you don't believe me, I want you to look at dating apps, right? Women will have conversations with you. They'll waste a hell of a lot of your time, but oftentimes they have no interest in meeting up with you at all. They just want a pen pal, right? Because every time you talk with women and you do all this crap, what you're essentially doing is you're validating them, right? Those big long text messages where you want to tell her how you feel, all that you're doing is you're validating her. She's just, guys, she's getting off on it. I don't know what other way to put it. It's like women get off on the drama and the fact that you got emotional over the situation. All right, but guys, we're going to be calling today's episode a bit shorter there. If I have time later in the day, I will record another episode for you guys, but we are going to be leaving it there. So as always, gentlemen, make sure you leave your comments and your thoughts, and I have to be heading out of the house really soon. I did not realize, so I will catch you boys later today. Make sure you leave your comments and your thoughts, and as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace.